Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Yakuza Like a Dragon on Xbsx. Xbxx. SX? Xbsx? Whatever. Alright, that's the last thing we can do. Chairman.
I went ahead and got started.
You sure you don't mind treating me?
What? Are you actually able to pay?
Wish I could, but I don't think they'd take this.
You don't sound like you're gonna relax during this meal.
Depends on what you say. Hopefully I'll relax enough to enjoy the duck. So, how do you know Arakawa-san? I'm on the edge of my seat here.
It wasn't long after the war the counterfeit bills started being produced in Ijincho. It was top secret. Only the heads of the Seiryu clan and the Liumang, plus some officers, knew about it. Outside of that inner circle, they also had to hire people to smuggle the bills.
Smugglers?
One of them was a traveling actor. His name was Toshio Arakawa. He was Masumi Arakawa's father.
What?
One day, he came to us saying he lost an entire suitcase filled with 100 mil in fake yen. No excuse in the world could have saved him. A mistake that grave required the Seiryu clan to make an example out of him for the other smugglers. But remember, only a few people at the top even knew about the counterfeiting. It wasn't a task they could hand to just anybody. So I, being next in line to inherit the clan, was entrusted to carry it out.
So did you actually...
Yes. I killed Toshio Arakawa, father of Masumi Arakawa, in this very place, 40 years ago. But I had no idea who was in the room with my target. By the time I learned it was his 14-year-old son. It was too late. I had to go through with the hit, knowing this boy would see his father die. To make my guilt even worse, later I found out why Toshio lost the fake bills. His wife and her lover had stolen them. And those two fell into the ocean and disappeared. Their corpses were never even found.
So Arakawa-san lost both his parents, one after the other.
And his only other friends, the theater troupe, disbanded soon after without their leader. Masumi Arakawa became a drifter, along with a few other actors. They couldn't trust anyone, so what other path was there for them, except becoming Yakuza in Kamurocho?
So that's why Arakawa-san became a Yakuza. Hardly had any choice.
Arakawa joined a low-ranking family in the Tojo clan called the Hikawa family. Life wasn't easy for him there. They were the kind of family that took hits without thinking twice.
Really?
Yes. So they were always in need of ways to dispose of a body. Masumi Arakawa was tapped to help with that, and he was extremely cautious. To do it, he started coming all the way to the homeless camp in Ijincho.
Really? Even though the family was based in Tokyo? Why?
Well, truthfully, he wanted an excuse to come to Yokohama, because it would afford him opportunities to hunt his father's killer.
I see. So Arakawa-san was using the homeless camp to dispose of bodies all the way back then.
Indeed. As for his hunt, he researched Yakuza and criminals every time he was here. All he started with was a single clue. His own childhood memory of the suspicious waiter he saw here that night. Eventually, 7 years after the murder, I received an invitation to come here. He signed his invitation Matsumi Arakawa. It was a bold declaration, and I knew immediately the running would be futile. So I came here, alone. I didn't even bring a bodyguard.
Why the hell not?
Well, to put it simply, I was prepared to die.
But, I mean...
In this line of work, there are no good ways to die. And I can think of worse ways to go that would not give that boy the justice he'd earned. The memory of what I'd done to him never left me, you know. It was always like a small bone stuck in my throat. He was sitting right where you are now.
Here?
Yes. He didn't look a day over 20. But his eyes had that hard, flinty gaze of an old killer. I couldn't help myself. I told him everything. I told him why I killed Toshio Arakawa. I even told him about the secret counterfeiting. I figured I was dead anyway. He had a gun in his hand, and all he had to do was pull the trigger. But he never once interrupted me. When I'd finished, he slowly stood up. I stopped him as he turned to leave. "Didn't you come here for revenge?" I asked.
And? What did he say?
He said, "If only you had ignored my invitation, then I could have shot you in the back." Then he left.
Boss.
In 1984, the 10,000 yen bill changed from the face of Prince Shotoku to Yukichi Fukuzawa. By that time, Arakawa had found his own Yakuza family, so I sent him a gift.
What was it?
A fresh batch of crisp, fake bills featuring Yukichi Fukuzawa. They were defective prints with nothing on the back. Not exactly legal tender.
Then how was that a gift?
It's hard to explain. If I had to say, it was out of gratitude.
Sure, but for what?
I should have died that day I met with Arakawa. It would have been right. And yet he spared me. Not only that, but he lifted a terrible weight from my chest. Furthermore, it's not an exaggeration to say the equilibrium among the Ijin Three continues to this day because of him.
Wow.
I owe him an unfathomable debt. And one day, I must pay it back. The defective bills were how I chose to communicate the sentiment. The counterfeiting secret is Ijincho's weakness. And it was only thanks to Arakawa that the Ijin Three could continue to secretly wield that power. But of course, that means if he ever feels like it was a mistake to let me live, he could use the fake bills to unravel everything I've built. The gift wasn't the bills themselves. They were leverage. I actually wrote something on the back to that effect. Neither justice nor mercy should tip the scale. It means that those in power must reward and punish where necessary. I felt it was an appropriate message. I suppose the writing has faded at this point.
Whoa. So that's the whole story.
Up till this moment. But now I'm sitting across from a man holding one of those fake pills. Which, of course, is a message from Arakawa that only I could understand. The message is, Masumi Arakawa sees you as a beloved family member.
Arakawa-san thinks of me as family.
He would not have placed that bill in your pocket lightly. Do you see its significance now? After everything I've told you? There is almost no doubt in my mind that Arakawa did not want you killed. So he didn't shoot you out of malice. He shot you so that you would be brought here, be saved by the homeless, and eventually made up with me. Do you see? That's everything I can tell you.
That's plenty. Thank you, Chairman. I see it all now. I always kind of figured.
You did? Well, it's your move now. I've only told you what I know, so...
It's okay. That's enough. I trust you.
I don't hear that often.
Yeah, neither do I. Not even from my friends. But those friends are trustworthy to me. And so are you. I believe everything you said. And my faith in Arakawa-san is coming back strong.
Kasuga,
Yeah?
are you a blood relative of Arakawa's?
No, it's not like that.
I see. Well, he must have been happy to have such loyalty as yours. As proud as any father, I think.
Chapter 11, The Odds.
Nagatacho
Oh,
has
we still
been
don't see the
robbed
duck.
by party chair Ogikubo's sudden retirement due to illness. Long a central figure in politics, Ogikubo was the Prime Minister's last ally in keeping Parliament together.
An election shall be held to reaffirm the will of the people. I look forward to a new Citizens Liberal Party and a new cabinet.
The Prime Minister made more shockwaves later that day. In the afternoon, he announced he would appoint Ryo Aoki to Ogikubo's now vacant post. Aoki will be the first sitting governor to also serve as the ruling party's chair. This bold move is sure to have ripple effects.
How are you feeling, former chairman?
Surely the governor of Tokyo can read. My sign says no visitors.
Oh, suddenly rules are important to you.
Naturally.
Shouldn't you concern yourself with the rules you've already broken? For example, counterfeiting. Your crimes put the entire national economy at risk.
Do you know how many lives were saved by what you call a crime? Hundreds. Any politician can say they built a road or passed a law. But how many can say they caught people who fell through the cracks? You think you're talented enough to do that in my stead?
Oh, I've got plenty of talents. I just use them very differently compared to you. For example, I managed to fit your downfall into my already very busy schedule.
The governor is the party chair. Nothing could be more ripe for corruption.
Oh, everything I'm gonna do will be labeled scandalous by withered old men like you. But by next year, Japan will have a new standard, and it will have been written by me.
Spoken like a true amateur.
Amateur, huh? Let me ask you. Do you remember my first election 10 years ago? I asked you for the Citizens Liberal Party endorsement. You insulted me. Your exact words were, Bleach Japan is a bunch of kids playing at politics. Your home district is Kanagawa's second. Isn't that right? I'm happy to tell you, Bleach Japan will be running a candidate there in the next election cycle. And he'll have the Citizens Liberal Party's ringing endorsement. So, how does it feel to have everything taken from you by a bunch of kids? Our candidate's victory in Kanagawa's District 2 is all but certain. So I've come up with a plan for taking out the trash in Ijincho. Of course, we'll probably lose half the population.
Are you calling the people of Ijincho trash?
I'm calling them disposable.
Pardon me?
What did you call them? People who fell through the cracks? Can't you see that's their own fault for becoming so dependent on the gray zones? They're responsible for maintaining their home, and they failed. That's what makes them disposable. But I must be going. As I said, I've got a busy schedule. Happy retirement, my former chair. I truly wish that for you. I hope you'll visit Ijincho after its beautiful new developments are complete. You'll hardly recognize it, and I can't wait to see the look on your face when you see it.
So, is your hideout?
Yep, go ahead. Make yourself at home.
I'd love to, but, where could I even do that?
Yes. The square footage of this place leaves something to be desired.
Well, excuse me. I'm hearing some pretty high standards for a couple of pad crashers.
We're not crashing it. Namba-san gave us permission.
Who the hell says no to Jungi Han when he has to stay the night? I mean, it's freaking Jungi Han.
Hey, where are the rest of your people now that Komijul HQ is gone?
They're fixing the surveillance system. It will take some time for it to be fully restored.
Well, I get why Jun Gihan is staying here, since his place is a pile of ashes. But what's Zhao's excuse?
It's not like I could just keep living in Qingchen after stepping down from the Liu Meng. Wouldn't have sent the right message. So, I've joined the ranks of the homeless.
Still doesn't explain why you need to stay here.
Maybe because information collects where people do. And this group does seem to be in the know.
We do? But we don't even know what happened to Bleach Japan. Did the police ever put a stop to all that craziness?
The police? Kasuga-kun, haven't you seen the news?
No, haven't had the time.
Well, Bleach Japan's reputation in Ijincho, hell, all of Japan, is golden after the Komijul thing.
What?
Oh yeah, you wouldn't believe the headlines. Despite peril, brave Bleach Japan topples Komijul gang. Grassroots org achieves what police never could. Shit like that.
Wow, great journalism. No spin at all.
That's not even the worst of it. The reports say that Komijul committed arson during its fight with Bleach Japan. And in the blaze, Bleach Japan director Ogasawara perished.
He's dead?
Wait, what happened? He was definitely alive after the fire. That's when we interrogated him.
Yeah, then the Omi Alliance rescued him. Why would he be... Wait, did they?
Yes. They probably killed him. I had that thought right away. At least he died the way he wanted to, as a hero of the revolution.
That guy? A hero? Why'd they kill him?
Because he squawked like a bird when you interrogated him. Why wouldn't they off the guy? Now they're just milking his death for all it's worth. Honestly, it's a brilliant move, making it look like he died in the Komijul fire. No crime reports, cops and doctors wouldn't bat an eye. And Bleach Japan gets a nice, tragic death to go on about.
Damn. I wish we'd picked a fight with dumber enemies.
But what can we do? Go to the police and explain how we abducted Ogasawara?
What would be the point? Half the force is on Mabuchi's payroll. Now they would just book our asses.
So Aoki has everyone marching along to his little tune. All in step.
Young master.
Okay, Bleach Japan's got us by the short hairs there. But what about the fact they were trespassing on Komijul property?
Well, they must have figured the public would think the ends justified the means. And they were right. The public thinks Bleach Japan is the hero of this story. The police will never prosecute them for trespassing.
At this rate, the Komijul and the Ryomong are going to be extinct in Ijincho. And people like you who give us shelter will be an endangered species. I wish I didn't have to say this, but I suggest you make other living arrangements.
I can't. I'm waiting for someone to contact me here.
Who?
Arakawa-san, he's about to go all in with his next gamble. When that happens, he'll need strong allies.
More than he's already got?
I can't say anymore. I'm sorry.
Me too.
I'll be in touch.
Well then. But isn't Masumi Arakawa the man who shot you?
The boss wasn't trying to kill me. He shot me so I could live.
Sorry, but don't you think that's still kinda fucked up?
It's a long story. Buy me a beer sometime and I'll tell you all about it. But right now, while we've got you on the team, we need to get shit done. And we need to stock up on money and supplies because nobody knows what the hell will happen next.
That's for sure.
Ooh, Shao too, huh? Okay. With the fall of the Great Wall of Muscle and Yokohama's rising crime rate, the city's villains grow even more powerful. Be on the lookout as you may encounter formidable, never before seen foes. Hey, Ichiban, how are you doing?
Hey.
I'm fine, thanks. How about you? Oh, good, good. Can I ask you a favor, though? Sure. Think you could take out the trash for me?
Hmm?
The trash? I don't mind, but why? Oh, I'm just cleaning house at my place, and there's some stuff I don't need anymore. No rush. Just stop by when you have time. I can't lift it all. I'll wait for you at my place. Some heavy lifting, huh? Guess I'll head to Hanako's place after I wrap things up.
Well, the persimmon looks alright. I wonder how Kanako-chan is doing. I hope her surgery went okay.
Kasuga-san.
Huh? You're Kanako-chan's father. How's Kanako-chan doing? The surgery go alright? Huh? No, don't tell me.
Kanako, come here.
Kanako-chan? Wait, she's all better now?
She is. She used to always stare out the window with such a hopeless look in her eyes. But these days, that look's been replaced with a smile. Her surgery was a great success, and she's even up on her feet again.
No way! That's great!
She wanted to come say thank you.
To me?
Thank you, Kasuga-san. You protected the persimmon for me.
Nah, no need to say thanks.
No, I had a lot of fun watching you. Fighting a sumo wrestler, getting shot by a toy gun, comforting that witch boy, and all to protect the persimmon. I couldn't help but laugh, and it made me realize there's so much to see out there. It gave me the hope to keep going.
Oh yeah? Guess it was all worth it then.
There was also a part of me that wanted to skip the surgery just so I wouldn't miss out on the drama.
Hey, good thing you didn't.
I'm just kidding.
Well, it's nice to see you happy.
I should also thank this tree. I'm still here, thanks to this persimmon.
Yeah, you're right. Well, what do you say we eat it?
Huh? You want to eat it?
You don't need it anymore, right? Besides, look how good it looks.
You've wanted to eat it this whole time, haven't you?
You got me. Hang on a sec. Oh yeah, look! It's nice and ripe. You want dibs, Kanako-chan?
I'll have some after you. You should go first since you worked so hard to protect it.
You sure? Okay then, here goes. Oh. Ugh. This is one of the bitter ones, huh?
I thought so.
You mean you knew? Come on, Kanako-chan.
Yeah, that was a long one. Alright. Where are we going now? Got that. Guess we'll just go south. Huh?
Kasuga-san.
It's finally time. Your first shareholder meeting. Shareholder what now? In short, it's a meeting. It's a meet and greet with the shareholders, those who have stock in our company. The shareholders are going to throw questions and opinions our way based on the results of this fiscal term, so I'd like you to do your best to deal with them, Kasuga-san. Deal with them? Well, it's actually more akin to quelling their anger. Our company still has a long way to go, so of course our shareholders are always angry in one way or another. But if they go home angry, they'll start foregoing their shares, and the value of a share will drop considerably. If the share price goes, the value of this company goes with it. And if share price ranking goes to shit, it'll be harder to fulfill the promise to Nick. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes, that's exactly right. Seriously? You say it's a meet and greet, but it doesn't sound fun at all. Okay, so what do I gotta do to make him less angry? The best way to do that is to demonstrate the charm of our company and properly address the opinions of our shareholders, and that should be enough to leave them satisfied. If not, you can try apologizing from the bottom of your heart. Groveling might be a good way to go, too. I've done it a few times and it's proved most effective. Sounds like you've had it rough. But wait, am I doing this by myself? I'm not sure if it's just me, it's going to be enough to convince these guys. Oh no, you won't be by yourself. You'll be able to choose up to 4 employees to join you at the shareholder meeting, so please make sure you have a strong team lined up beforehand. Each employee has a different level of persuasive ability along with a specific field of expertise, so keep these in mind when you choose your team. Also, I should tell you better to bring employees with higher positions and motivation to the shareholders meeting. They tend to be much more persuasive.
Wow.
I gotcha. Okay then, I'll get a good team together and dive right in.
Yes!
Great. Please do, Kasuga-san. Yeah, I haven't been playing this minigame at all. Shika-san is applied to Ichiban Confections, Umiko, Noburu, Ayami, Hanagama, Hirokana, Clara-chan. That's a Sasakura? What the heck? I don't have 10 employees. Preparing for shareholders meetings. In preparation for shareholders meetings, you can check the current status of the company as well as edit which members will be participating in the shareholder meeting. Okay. Forget how to play this game.
Consider the shareholders.
Skills, cancel, confirm, move cursor. The hell is this? Shareholder meetings will see you taking a real-time Q&A battle as you attempt to quell angry shareholders by answering their onslaught of questions. Within the time allotted, you will do all you can to unleash your employees' counter-arguments against the shareholders' critique, keeping them all happy and, most importantly, quiet. Should you fail to please the shareholders, the value of your company's stock will decrease, pushing you further away from the top spot in the share price ranking. Should you succeed, however, the value of your stock will increase. Shareholder meetings are essential to your company's growth, so get ready to kick and maybe even kiss some corporate ass. Prior to the Q&A battle, the financial report will be released. Your standing with the shareholders will depend on how well you have done with both your ranking and the management index. The speed of command power recovery will depend on the condition of the participating employees. Good means faster recovery, and bad means slow recovery. The Q&A battle starts when the player selects a shareholder to ask their question. Fail to select someone quickly enough, and the shareholder's irritation gauge will begin to fill. Once completely filled, they will start voicing their opinions, whether you select them or not. Your employees will have a chance to attack by refuting the shareholders' opinions. By using command power and giving orders, your employees will make remarks about your company. Your command power will fill up slowly over time. You will only have a small window of time to refute the shareholders' opinions. Should you succeed, you will deal damage to the shareholders. Fail, however, and your employees will take damage. Let's see. Reducing a shareholder's spirit to 0 will leave them fully convinced the company is in good hands, resulting in their defeat. Once an employee's spirit hits 0, you will no longer be able to speak up at the meeting and therefore be unable to fight. Win conditions. Convince all shareholders within the given time. Have an approval rating of 50% or more at the end of the battle. Fulfill either of the two conditions above to win. Losing any other thing other than those two, really. In addition to giving commands, you will also have a variety of skills at your disposal. Skills you range from level 1 to level 3 and become accessible with the passing of time or through actions taken in battle. You can refute a shareholder's critique through your employees' counter-arguments. The number of counter-arguments required to refute a critique changes depending on the affinity. When you successfully refute a critique, a counter chance will occur. During this period, the shareholder's guard is lowered, allowing you to deal damage directly. The share price and share price ranking are affected by the outcome of the shareholder meeting. The better the result, the more experience points your employees will gain. Kasuga's compensation will increase as well.
We'll start with the financial report. President Kasuga, if you would.
We'll kick things off with the financial report.
Thank you. Let's move on to the Q&A.
お精査していますか？
考えてみてください。私は思うのですが。If you have any questions.
いいですけど。今日はここまでにしましょう。あまりうまくいってないですね。ちょっとこのまましました。
That concludes our periodic shareholders meeting.
Well, everybody, this calls for a celebration. Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
The meeting went great. Sales are skyrocketing. Let's keep it up.
Our ranking went up.
Yeah, I have little idea of what's really going on. I know I haven't really played this minigame that much, but God, it's really not very exciting. It's kind of a boring game. Great work today, President Kasuga. I'm beat. Shareholders meetings are rough. You'll get used to it. The more our company grows, the bigger the number of shareholders and more extreme the claims. Today's meeting was just the beginning. Really. That said, I think you did great for your first time. Convincing all the shareholders at the meeting they can have an overwhelmingly positive effect on our share value. Perhaps it's best to think of a shareholder meeting as though it were a sporting event. Just as you would do all you can to prepare for a big game, it's best to run the business while always anticipating the upcoming shareholders meeting. Right, run a strong, ready-for-anything business, but one that won't anger those shareholders too much. Still, this sounds pretty tough, so I'll be looking to you for support.
Yes.
Of course, by all means. Please keep up the good work, President Kasuga. Good work, I don't even know. I don't even know what the hell we're doing. Talk to the chicken. Kasuga-san, would you like to return to managing business? Yeah, sure. Understood. Please continue to look after Ichiban Confections.
Let's get down to business.
That can now be accessed. I got 2 points. Investment service. I think I need more profit. Sales volume's okay. You can finance your business through banks, moneylenders, and cash advances. Interest and the number of scheduled payments will differ depending on whom you borrow from, so it's best to consider your situation before you decide. Should you have the funds to make a lump sum payment, you can select the leader from debts and pay off your loan in one fell swoop.
We got a job to do.
Lucky! Lucky! うまくいかないもんですね。こいつはラッキー。少し成功。
Here's how the business did. We didn't do as well as we'd hoped.
Right. Shares went down.
President Kasuga, there's a commercial time slot available this period, as well as a well-thought-out commercial would provide a huge boost to our sales. Passed up on purchasing the commercial time slot. Yeah, of course we did.
We got a job to do.
Lucky! Lucky! こいつはラッキー。やった！ラッキー！少し成功。
Here's how the business did. We didn't do as well as we'd hoped.
Shares went down. It
Our
dropped.
ranking dropped.
President Kasuga, thanks to the personnel consulting service, the deposit amount needed to recruit employees has decreased significantly. I recommend taking this opportunity to check whether or not we need new employees. President Kasuga, we contacted an employment agency. These are some candidates looking for work for our company. we can't afford anybody. What are you talking about?
We got a job to do.
Here's how the business did. We didn't do as well as we'd hoped.
Shares went down.
The shareholders meeting is coming up soon.
We got a job to do.
I don't really understand a lot of this anyway. I think that's what hurts. I don't really understand what the winning formula is, other than having good employees and more properties. So I didn't make as much.
Here's how the business did. We didn't do as well as we'd hoped.
We're in the red. Shares went down. It
Our
dropped.
ranking dropped.
We're able to invite a renowned instructor for the employee development seminar. Our employees expect to develop significantly as a result of this event.
The shareholders meeting is about to begin.
Consider the shareholders.
We'll start with the financial report.
We'll kick things off with the financial report.
Thank you. Let's move on to the Q&A. Please raise your hand. If you have any questions, if you have any questions,
精査していますか？私の考えではなかなかのやり手のようですね。
please raise your hand if you have a question.
落とし穴がありそうで怖い。
僕は思うのですが。
を精査していますか？
Please raise your hand if you have a question.
落とし穴がありそうで怖い。私の考えでは。
If you have any questions, this is the time to ask.
なかなかのやり手のようですね。聞いてください。このままライフも続けられますか？
Please raise your hand if you have a question.
落とし穴がありそうで怖い。なかなかのやり手のよう。聞いてください。いいが。
Oh, I understand. Okay. I wasn't sure what was going on there.
We gotta celebrate. The meeting went great. Shares are skyrocketing. That's what I'm
Our
talking
ranking
about.
went up.
Of course, I still need enough to...
We got a job to do.
Still enough profit to buy another property.
Yatta! Lucky! ひどいよ。やった！ラッキー！
ラッキー！少し成功！
Here's how the business did. We didn't do as well as we'd hoped.
We're in the red. Shares went down. It
Our
dropped.
ranking dropped.
Investment outlet arcade management.
We got a job to do.
Here's how the business did. You didn't do as well as we hoped.
Shares went down.
Why did I have to pay a loan shark off? See, there's currently a promotion going on at various facilities in Yokohama to increase customer traffic. Sales from these businesses are forecast to go up. We can expect some profit in this period.
We got a job to do.
Here's how the business did. You didn't do as well as we'd hoped.
We're in the red. Shares went down.
Looks like I've got an investment proposal. Oh, I see. It's 50-50 shot. I don't have any money.
The shareholders meeting is coming up soon.
We got a job to do.
Here's how the business did. We didn't do as well as we'd hoped.
Shares went down.
The shareholders meeting is about to begin.
Let me at him. 私に任せといて。
Consider the shareholders.
We'll start with the financial report.
We'll kick things off with the financial report.
Let's move on to the Q&A.
It's all falling apart.
考えてみてください。聞いてください。Please raise your hand if you
潔く身を引く勇気がマストですよ。絶望しかなく質問はありません。
If you have any questions,
Very
this
good.
is
株主の信頼を直しちゃったよ。
考えてみてください。That concludes our periodic shareholders meeting.
Well, the meeting went great. Things are skyrocketing. That's what I'm talking
Our
about.
ranking went up.
I'd be able to buy something, but I have no money.
We got a job to do.
ちゃんとできるかな。
こいつはラッキー。こいつはラッキー。
やったラッキー。
こいつはラッキー。
僕才能あるかも。Here's how the business did. We didn't do as well as we'd hoped.
No financial obligation to repay their loan. Yay! I can't hire anybody.
We got a job to do.
どこまで行けますかね。こいつはラッキー。
やったラッキー。
いいわね。いいわね。
こんなもんですかね。
Here's how the business did. These are incredible results.
We got a job to do.
こいつはラッキー。
いいわね。
やったラッキー。やったラッキー。
こいつはラッキー。こんなもんですかね。
Here's how the business did. We didn't do as well as we hoped. The shareholders meeting is coming up soon.
I don't even know how you win in this game. God, it's like your debts are so high. Like I said, it's not that fun either. I don't know. I don't really get it. Oh well, whatever. I guess we'll stop right there. This is audap. You've been watching Yakuza Like a Dragon on Xbsx. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.